Hi, do you think that you are making your own decisions? Do you think that your opinions are completely your own? What if I told you they're not? But what if I told you that every single one of us, including you, including me, is being manipulated in some way or another into an echo chamber that makes us dumber, angrier, and easier to control? And the worst part of it, most of us don't even realize it's happening. Imagine there was a drug whose side effect included a denial that you were on that drug. How would you go about convincing someone that they were on that drug? Just like echo chambers, the side effect is that you deny being in one. Ironically, those of us who admit they're in an echo chamber are actually less likely to be impacted by the echo chamber. Brain hurts, huh? Me too. Curious patriots, if you don't understand what an echo chamber is, how to recognize when you're in one, and how to escape it, you're being played like a puppet by politicians, by media, by algorithms, by your friends, by your family. Today I'm going to show you how it works, why you're drawn to it, and how it's destroying our country. Let's talk. Before we go any further, let's define this thing. An echo chamber is an environment where people are only exposed to information, opinions, and perspectives which reinforce what they already believe. You probably think you aren't in one, but I hate to break it to you. You are. We all are. Why? Because echo chambers feel good, and when you're in an echo chamber, you don't have to question yourself, you don't have to feel uncomfortable, and you don't have to wonder if you might be wrong. Instead, you're constantly reassured. Yes, you are right. Yes, you are smart. Yes, you've always been right. And those other people, the ones who think differently, they're not just wrong, they're dangerous. Sound familiar? Echo chambers aren't just places where we agree with people. They're places where we stop listening to anyone who sees the world differently. And that's how a nation rips itself apart from the inside. Here's why this is a huge problem. They make us intellectually lazy. When we only hear one side, we stop asking why people believe what they believe. Instead of debating ideas, we just label people. Racist, woke, fascist, brainwashed. They make us emotionally reactive. The rage machine in media and social media thrives on outrage. The more angry and tribal we get, the more money and power they make. They create a false reality. If you spend all your time in an echo chamber, you start believing that everyone thinks like you. Then, when you meet someone who doesn't, you immediately think, how could they be so blind or dumb? But guess what? They're thinking the same thing about you. You know how you and most of America, sometimes me, think that 80 million people are all fill in the blank. Dumb, manipulated, blind, racist, sexist. Well, they think the same thing about you, truly with no exceptions. If you think you have an exception, put it in the comments. Let's talk about it. What's more likely to be true? Number one, a group of 80 million people are correct and another group of 80 million people are incorrect. Or there are gray areas throughout the topic. There's no definite right or wrong, especially if we're all answering a different question. More to follow on that nuance in our next video. If you believe in your heart of hearts that the answer is one, good on you for having the confidence of a lion. But even a lion has to self-reflect from time to time. All right, time for some self-reflection of our own. Ask yourself these three questions. 1. Do you ever feel shocked that someone could think differently than you on a particular topic? If you can't even comprehend how someone could hold their beliefs, you're likely in an echo chamber. Number 2, do you dismiss opposing viewpoints before even hearing them out? If you automatically think, oh, that's propaganda, that's just what those idiots believe, you're in an echo chamber. When was the last time you changed your mind about something important? If you can't remember, that should scare you. Echo chambers trap us in a mental prison, and the more comfortable we get, the harder it is to break free. And this isn't just a theory. It's happening to all of us every day. For example, hours after launching the Curious Patriots group on Facebook, my high school football coach, who I love and adore as a wonderful human being, he made a post which applauded the message of unity and curiosity, but then nonchalantly made an inflammatory statement about the president. I think he assumed we would all just agree. Seconds later, an old high school friend of mine and the star running back of our team jumped in and said, "Matt, what the hell is this? I thought this group was different. I didn't sign up to hear people attack the president." And just like that, two people who I know are good, kind, patriotic Americans fell into this trap. Because echo chambers don't just limit what we believe, they limit how we interact. So here's what we do about it. Number one, seek out different perspectives on purpose. Read or watch content that challenges you, not just to mock it, but to understand it. Number two, talk to people who make you feel uncomfortable. If you only talk to people who agree with you, you're not growing, and if we're not growing, we're dying. Number three, stop rewarding the outrage machine. Next time you feel outraged by a news story, ask yourself, who benefits from me being this angry? The answer is not you. This isn't about both sides being equally right. This is about curiosity over tribalism. Curious Patriots, this is our mission. So here's my challenge to you. Think about a time when you were absolutely convinced that you were right about something, until you weren't. Maybe it was a political issue, maybe it was a personal belief, maybe it was a better relationship, maybe it was something as small as a food you swore you'd hate, but ended up loving. Mine, I have two: cheesecake and Operation Iraqi Freedom. Perhaps both are self-explanatory, but I feel somewhat embarrassed by both, truly. I'll tell you what, drop a comment below with your story or example. No judgment, no debate, just proof that we are all capable of change, growth, and rethinking what we thought we knew. Because if we can't fix this, if we can't break free from our echo chambers will break us, and nothing else we do will matter. I'm Matt DiGeronimo, and I'm here to listen. Now let's go talk to each other.